Welcome to another episode of Windage and Works, and in this video I am going to see if I can revive the engine. New parts have arrived. A friend brought them over from the south of Sweden, and yeah, let's see what happens. There we go, spare parts. This engine should be good. Let's move the camera closer, but so as you can see, the engine is kind of broken here. It's with the pistons hanging out. There's a few parts missing, but the important thing is the shaft that was broken in mine still here, and the most important part, it moves freely. So in theory this should be all fine. So let's take this engine apart and inspect if this well, is good to go. So this is a fun little trick. I think a lot of people already know this, but for those that don't, if you have a bearing like this and you don't have like a inner bearing puller thingy to pull the bearing out, you can always use bread. And the trick is that you just stuff the center of the bearing full with bread, and then take a piece of steel or something strong that's almost tight, almost the same size, and then just hit it. You can see the bearings already out a little bit, but I figured I'd just film this just before it really comes out, so you can really see what happens. But the bread gets compressed behind the bearing, can't go anywhere, and it forces the bearing out. So it's super simple. As soon as you feel the bread going down, you know it's going somewhere, so it needs to come up. Apparently a DAF 46 engine takes almost 3 slices of lingon bread. In the end it takes more and more bread because the cavity behind the bearing gets bigger and bigger. Almost 3 slices of bread. Some people might think this is a waste of bread, but I don't like this bread, so I think we're almost there. Patience, a hammer and bread, that's some important tools in a workshop. And there we are. The bearing's out. Now everything's filled with bread. But with a screwdriver it should be fairly easy to take this hump of bread out. That's it. So 3 slices of lingon bread for a DAF 46 engine clutch bearing. There you go. Okay, the moment is there. I should be able to split the engine now. Or engine. Doesn't really deserve the name engine anymore, but it should be completely able to separate now. Just some guide pins that keep it in place now. There we go. And that's it. The big question was, is this gear okay? Yes, it is. As far as I can see here, this looks fine. And also, this one is also good. It should be this easy to remove. It's just laying in there. You should even be able to remove it while the engine's still together. Remove the fuel pump, and then you can press up on the side and just push it out. Or maybe even with a strong magnet or whatever. So, new shaft, new gear. I just need to take this out. But I'll do that in the next time lapse. This is all scrap. I'm just gonna save some of the like valve stems and stuff like that. No valve push rods. I don't know. Yep. Cool. Happy. Before I reassemble the proper drive shaft and throw away these parts, I just want to quickly show. I had a little bit of a hard time to take the crankshaft out, and that was because I had to take the piston off first. Normally you can just slide it out, but this is what happened with the this is the other con rod. It's over there. It's sticking out of the engine block. So I'm not sure what happened here, but I think we can call this a catastrophic failure. So, yep, back to time lapse. So there we are, ready to put the engine back together. Off camera, because it's super boring and it took a half a day, I cleaned the engine, mostly, like get all the like major grime and all the sealant surfaces, the sealing surfaces I should say, cleaned them, etc. Took everything apart, took the tumblers, I don't know, tuimelaars in Dutch. Took them out to have no tension on the push rods, so that's good now. Made a quick wooden jig to keep the left engine part upright, because that's what the manual says. I have a manual here. It's in Dutch. It's original DAF workshop manual to put an engine back together. This engine. So yeah, let's cross our fingers. Hope that everything goes together correct. And already found out in the manual that there is marks on the timing gears. This is the camshaft. It's as long as my finger. That's kind of nice. 2 lobes. That's it. Yeah, let's put it back together. I'm gonna switch to time lapse now. Okay, I stopped the time lapse because, well, it was super boring and it takes me way too long to figure out everything. I've never done this before, so I'm just figuring out as I go. But little update: the crankshaft's in, everything's lubricated, and the con rod's connected. There it is. Turns freely, so that's good. And the next step is to put the camshaft in there. The manual in Dutch says that make sure that the timing mark on this one, which is over there, it's kind of hard to see, but with the light in the proper direction, yeah, there you can see it. So this mark has to be in the middle of the 2 marks on the crankshaft gear. kind of hard to see. Now it's quite visible, but with all the grease and dirt on the cranks on the gear, it's super hard. So I had to clean it with Scotch-Brite. Now I have to clean all the Scotch-Brite stuff off here, but that's easy. But now at least I know where it is, so I can put everything back together and move to the next step, which is putting the left side on the right side of the engine block and apply some sealant in between. It, according to the manual, it needs to be this like liquid sealant. I don't know, is that the word? I don't know if die Biltema packing silicone high temperature. Okay, yeah, okay, let's move forward. So a quick pause to just show you the contraption I made. It's just a broomstick that rests on my tool rack on the wall, and if I push here, I can lift the engine up and down. Well, this engine half at least. Now there is a hammer in between, so I can put the bolts back on. I know it's not the way to go to leave the heads on and install the crank. Install the con rods from inside, and they are super scientifically torqued down to 25 feet libs, whatever, that's like 50, 40, 30, no, 35 newton meters, whatever. It's like this is my torque range now. I don't care. If this was a customer project, I would be a little bit more careful, but for this I just want to see if I can get it running. New engine, new short blocks already on the way to Sweden. So I'm not too concerned. I'm just curious if I can see to get it, if I can get it to run again. So let's continue putting everything back together. So here we are, a few steps further in the process. Applied some liquid gasket, which is according to the manual. Cleaned the oil pickup sieve. Put the what's it called, this cover back. All the bolts are tightened to spec. The big ones also, they are there. This one and no, not this one. Where are they hiding? Oh, they're on this side. those two, and here on the opposite side there's also the big ones, the big threaded rods that go to the whole engine. Now it's time to clean the oil pump and then put it back in the engine. A proper clean would be nice because, well, you can see all the debris from the broken axle. So let's clean that, put it back, also with some liquid sealant. And then we're almost done with the engine core, the short block. So yeah, story of my life. Everything went together quite well. Just did the oil pump, the oil cover, which is also the engine mount. So the short block is, apart from the heads, the long block at least, it's already done. And then I was like, looking at this donor engine, I was like, oh yeah, this plate. I spent quite a lot of time on the proper engine to clean that properly and blah blah blah. And I was like, wait, this plate. Isn't it? Yep, it's here. Yeah, so this is supposed to be this baffle plate or windage plate or whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be in the engine, which is just finished. My life.
The next day.
Okay, so yesterday the day ended with me realizing that I forgot the windage tray. That's kind of a bummer, as you can understand. Now I have to really take the engine completely apart. There's no way to, like the sump is part of the engine and there's no way to reach this without like splitting the engine again. That's was quite a confronting moment for me personally. But yeah, I always show the fuck ups I make so other people can learn from it. And yeah, so today starting by taking everything apart again. Should be a little bit quicker now because now I know how everything goes together, but still will take like an hour at least. So let's get cracking. Okay, so the engine is apart now. The crankshaft is disconnected, so I should be able to lift the engine up more now. Yeah. And then the windage tray should be able to slide in just like this. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Now we just maneuver the engine parts back together. Okay, everything goes together. Shouldn't forget to connect the the con rod now. This is promising, and I need to clean out all the liquid sealant and apply new. But that's it's not bad. I think it's less than it's about half an hour now of work, so that's good. Easier than expected because, well, practice makes perfect, right? So putting the windage tray back in was a little bit harder, cumbersome than expected. The engine couldn't open wide enough with the pistons and everything in place, so I had to undo the top crankshaft, or left crankshaft if the engine is in a normal orientation. But it's in. I cleaned all the liquid gasket. I checked timing. I counted the number of teeth. I couldn't turn it because, well, everything is long now. But this is correct. Everything's fine now. So time for some liquid gasket and putting everything back together. Hopefully I didn't forget anything this time. Okay, the engine is mostly back together. The broken shaft for the distributor, this one, but the new one's in. It's timed. I had to put the engine in between this valve closing and this one opening. Intake exhaust, I think, doesn't matter. The dizzy is installed. The oil fill tube is installed. The engine is mostly together. Need to put the fuel pump back here, but that one's a little bit damaged, so I need to figure out if that will be an issue. But it's enough for today. It's Sunday, so I don't want to spend the whole day in the workshop again, like all other days. So this is it for today.
The next day.
So today I started putting the engine back together, the final pieces, so the fuel pump, ignition, all that stuff. Then the sparks, the sparkulators, the spark plugs didn't want to spark. So I went to the shop and I got a few new spark plugs, and now that's fine. So the only piece of the puzzle left is the carburetor. There is a carburetor on the engine that came with the engine. But this one was still connected to the car, to the, what's it called, throttle wire. The other one was completely seized. At least the throttle valve was seized. And in this one everything works fine. So my guess is that this is the better one. So now I'm cleaning it. And put it on the engine, swap it out for the bad one, and then see if the engine will start. The battery is empty.
One nap later. The next morning.
Day 3 of messing with the DOF engine. I have spark, checked that yesterday. Everything's working fine-ish. There was some, maybe some vacuum leaks, but I plugged them professionally with duct tape. Now I'm just gonna check if the carburetor gets fuel, and if so, then I can check the carburetor itself. But it looks really good, so, but yeah, it can be something that's clogged or whatever. Anyway, so this is the feed line. It's a transparent hose temporarily just to check if it works. And then the return line is here and should drain into this little bin. So if it works. And I just replaced the gasket here on top of the fuel pump because it didn't look too good and there was fuel coming out next to it. So yeah, just replaced that. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think we can. Yeah, the fuel pump's working. I think we can safely assume that. Let's put the hoses back on the carburetor. Okay, let's try again. Fuel is hooked up and well, throttle is just opened. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Now we can check the carb and double check spark because I put the old coil back, so that might be. So I just focus. So just found this inside the carburetor in the fuel supply line, and it appears to be completely clogged. It's kind of like a mesh filter thingy. And I already found that there was very little fuel in the carburetor, so this might be a giveaway. Let's clean this and see what happens. Okay, something's happening. Oh, no fuel. Jesus. I'm so stupid. Okay, now we have fuel. Let's see if it runs. Run, Forest. Bijna! Almost there. Be fine. Let's let the starter cool down a little bit.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, brand new battery. You have fuel, plenty. Let's see what happens. Maybe this. I don't know. Let's think about this for a second.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So was the distributor. And there is the customer already. That's great. Let's talk to him. Okay, now there's a car blocking the view to Tjorven, but you guys already seen it, and well, this might be a nicer background anyway. So, where was I? Okay, yes. So this the next challenge with Tjorven is to get the clutch working, and then you may ask, huh? Isn't it a belt-driven system? Yes, it is, but it also has a centrifugal clutch. So if you don't apply power, all the staggering 34 horsepowers, then these plates, which are, there's 8, but those are inside, and there are springs attached. They pull them inside, and as soon as you start to apply power, the clutch starts to spin, and then these go, because of centrifugal forces, these go out and then start to transfer power. That's it. But these are super old, and as you can see here, let me move a little bit closer. This one is still sort of intact, but that's the only one I have. Most of them look like this, and so all the friction material fell off when I took the clutch apart. So there is a company in Holland, there are multiple companies actually in Holland that are selling these, but the plates themselves, the shoes themselves, are quite rare. They apply new friction material and send it back. But that means I have to add shipping from Sweden to Holland and back, which is quite expensive, and also there is quite a big chance of the shipping companies losing my stuff, and that's something I don't want to happen. So I'm not sure how to move, but that's the focus for next time. Getting the clutch to work, then the engine can be dropped back into the car. There is a few small things I have to fix. I think there is a small rust pinhole in the exhaust. And also the rest of the exhaust is super, like, completely missing. But I'm thinking about having a little bit of an exercise and making something out of stainless steel. Then the exhaust will at least outlive the rest of the car. No need for that, but it's just a fun exercise. So that's what is up next. On the business side, I'm quite busy. That's why there is like very little to no progress on Tjorven. I am working on the background, like getting tools, for example, a kick shrinker to make the panels on the side. Practicing a little bit with that, but like no major updates because I'm working on stuff like this. Like now, this Subaru just came in and wants to have a full WRC livery replica with the camera on top and everything. So that's interesting, to put mildly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode. Oh wait, and before I leave, you might have noticed in the background that the letters are gone. I made up my mind, I'm not going to keep this like original red look thing. So I'm going to paint it very cheaply. It's a budget build, so it must not cost anything, only use the paint that I have in house. It's going to be black and white.